Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the left side as the red Britons, Nagash. On the right side as the Cyan Japanese, we have a foreign name. I don't even know what language that is. It's definitely foreign. Either way, let's cover each player's civilization benefits. Britons, they are a foot archer civilization, a fan favorite. Round setters cost 50% less wood starting in Castle Age. Foot archers, except skirmishers, get +1 range in Castle Age and additional range in Imperial Age. Shepherds walk 25% faster. Unique unit is the longbow, which is a good long-range longbow. Bowman. Unique tax yeoman, +1 foot archer range, which also includes the skirmisher this time, and +2 tower attack. Werewolf, trebuchets do blast damage, which I also think increase their accuracy as well, so they make them pretty good in trade wars. Archer range works 10% faster. Small amount, but very useful still nonetheless. Japanese, they are a infantry civilization. Fishing ships get additional health and yada yada. Mills and mining camps cost 50% less. Infantry attack 33% less faster starting in feudal age. And let's realize something. You now have a proxy barracks here, going for a tower here as well. Infantry attacks 33% faster. Unique unit samurai. Anti-unique unit. Unique unit. Yasuma. Towers shoot extra arrows. Capaterio. Trebuchets fire faster. Impact faster. And galleys have increased line of sight, which is not important on this map. Not a single drop of water on this map to be seen. Red. Does Red not see that tower? Red did not have vision range that tower, so that tower does get deployed on the field. Harassing that wood line. There's a couple, of course, other areas for wood. It's eyeing for. Red's not eyeing for some archer range there. Scout pusher forward with a Cyan Spearman. So do you have multiple? We got multiple spearmen now being plotted by the barracks here. Unusual thing to see. Red's probably eyeing for some archers. Cyan's village is now getting some damage in as well. Red's village took a bit of a beating there. Red archers now being plotted on the field as well. Now do got a Cyan archer range being plotted out right next to the red archer range. Probably should go for some skirmishers. And also should probably go for the house or 3. Let's get some houses over here as well. Additional house there as well. Going for some skirmishers now. Maintain the villager production queue. Does get slightly behind now. Red's now eyeing to collect up the berries. Does have the archers can plant themselves on the high ground there. Now skirmisher now pull on the field. Another house there as well. Now it has 2 skirmishers, 2 spearmen, and a scout. We got 3 archers here and a scout. Villagers being pulled on out as well, eyeing to shank some of these units. Eyeing for a house there to try to deny the berries. You know something? This mill is planted right next to the berry bushes, which means this house will actually deny berrying collection location. Trying to get out a palisade wall there. He may be eyeing for a tower here as well, just a hunch. He's already eyeing for a counterattack. Skirmishers and scout in pursuit. We do have some red houses here. Skirmishers not necessarily great in this age. They're a counter unit. These villagers do have loom, so they do have 2 pierce armor, and these skirmishers do 2 damage, so they only do 1 damage each. Even if they get fletching, they still only do 1 damage for villagers. In other words, this guy can have 39 spears in his chest and he'd be perfectly fine. It's the 40th that is deadly. They probably collapse under near the sheer amount of weight of those spears cause them, because you can only carry 39 spears in your body. These are villagers, not skirmishers. They don't carry infinite amount of spears. You're now a red eyeing for defensive tower here. Blue's eyeing for an aggressive tower. But I think it's actually a responsive tower to respond against this tower being deployed on the field. So these villagers are starting to get hit as well. Towers going in range of each other. He immediately starts to focus down this tower there, trying to either win the tower war immediately. Red skirmishers getting overrun by blue Cyan skirmishers. Spearmen trying to make their advance. Right now, Cyan does have a slight villager lead as well.
Hi.
御意にご命令を。
Skirmishers trying to pursue these archers, the ends of the earth, which is located right here. And the kitty cat, the fluffy maned kitty cat, is trying to get some bites there onto these archers. That's going to load up some villagers there. The tower does 5 damage. So the skirmishers are not providing additional arrow. You need 3 skirmishers there to provide additional arrow. If it gets fletching, then the math adds up because the tower damage is 6 and the skirmisher damage is 3, then 2 skirmishers are needed for an extra arrow. There's mud. Got it. Villagers trying to shank this tower. One villager's trying to repair the tower. And now they have fletching being researched by Cyan. We do have fletching research there for red. Fletching's now research. He may want to get some of these skirmishers garrison. He could garrison one of these villages there to get additional skirmisher in there to get additional arrow firing. Red skirmishers trying to deal with this house. After all, the best way to deal with a house is by throwing a bunch of spears at it. Everybody knows that. And we got this lion getting some good damage with these archers there. How much damage does a lion does? I can't. Oh. Lions do 3 damage each. And it looks like the lions may kill off these archers themselves. Skirmisher or spearmen going down to red skirmishers. Still a bit of a tower war right here. So far the game's just gone messy. Red or Cyan does have a barracks here. You could try to transition to some man-at-arms to engage these spearmen or skirmishers. Scouts not advancing forward. Red has supplied some scouts there. Hate him. Does apply some defensive towers here as well. Cyan actually had a mining camp next to the stone. Has claimed about 48 pebbles. Skirmishers going down. Now those lions are now pursuing the Cyan skirmishers. They gain some good bites there, and since they have minimum range, the lions will probably win this fight. Double kill. Not every day I see 2 lions getting 2 kills right next to each other. This palisade wall is not complete. It is currently 99% complete. Clearly, it's a weak point in the wall. You don't need to finish building it. It has not even a tap of the hammer. That also does mean it can't be repaired up. Housing starting being built now. Lions are now pursuing that spearmen. And we've got the red still has a sizable force here. Still just a counter force there. Cyan's about to go up to the next age. Red was red eyeing. Blue barrel, not the next age. So Cyan could have a massive window for a age advantage. Doesn't have any stone at the moment, so won't be able to capitalize on additional town centers. And that is a very skinny town right there. If you were to just sort of just round this out down here, it will be perfect. So we've got the defensive watchtower here. And we've still got this mess of region there. Science Skirmisher still throwing some arrows there. This original tower is slowly whittling down the south, has so far knocked it down by half health. Scouts trying to push the way forward, and the Skirmisher does get saved by that tower. Now I do have the horse armor research there for the Japanese. Japanese are a very good jack of all trade. They can get fully researched cavalry archers. Their infantry line is fully kitted out, barring of course the Eagle Warriors. Their cavalry line is not exactly maxed out. They don't get the last line of armor. They only go light cavalry and can't get paladins either. No camels, no elephants, no steppe lancers, none of the unique stuff. But everything else is still pretty maxed out. They can't get bombards, they can't get hand cannoneers. And they do get siege engineers and onagers, just not siege onagers, which onagers and siege engineers is a nice sweet spot. Siege engineers, onagers are not really needed. And can only go up cap rammed as well. Scouts up here, or skirmishers up here, being pursued by Cyan skirmishers. Cyan does not have the elite skirmisher upgrade. Could go for that, as was Bodkin Arrow. He is fighting against the Britons. It's probably a good idea to go for elite skirmisher and Bodkin Arrow and the archer armor. The chance of him needing to use it is very, very likely. Cyan's now going for wheelbarrow as well. And I don't think he's touched the stone yet, so now Castle Age for red, so the advantage of the Castle Age has been diminished. The only thing he's been made use of his timing is the Knight, which is a good unit, don't get me wrong, but not a whole good number of them. Knight does go down. Now got crossbows research for the Briton player, and the chance of him fighting himself against a massive wave of archers is very likely because right now they have 8 range. And in this age, he can get them all up to 9 range with the yeoman tech. Knight does go down. Watchtowers do have inherent 8 range, 9 range of fletching. You know, skirmishers are going to be picked off there. Trying to push forward with his crossbows. Knight receiving a bit of fire there as well. The Knight's now seeing a bit of fire there. Falling on back. I don't think I heard monsters pulled out, nor any. There's a monster for red. Crossbows advancing forward, getting a bit of damage there onto the Knights now. Knights starting to go on down there. The crossbows are being pursued. And all those crossbows do get overwhelmed. Skirmishers can get easily overwhelmed by a couple of Knights as well. Maybe even just one. So that this whole massive infrastructure here. Cyan actually has something still garrison in that archery range. Does have one archer inside the archery range apparently. That's not pushed way forward. Got the monk being deployed on out. That's still roaming around. Up here got the red scout now hitting Cyan's villagers. Right now there is a decent village advantage for red, up by 12. In other words, red Cyan has red has 12 or no, yeah, about 20% more villagers than his opponent, which actually is a significant amount. Once again, those other villagers healed up. Cyan is now picking up the relics as well, at least one. Cyan has spotted 4 out of 5 relics. Red probably has spotted that last remaining one. Look, Red knows about all the relic locations. Of course, he'd probably not be aware of one of the relics have been picked on up. We had another townsend that'll be bought by Red as well. Now I'm for some stone walls here. These trees are not fully collected there, so there's a wall right there. Air conversion off there, so we'll grab some knight or two. If this knight over here has been converted. And Red's now eyeing for defensive castle as well. Seeing a bit of damage there. And Red's defensive castle will go on up. So you can pull some longbow from there. Probably a good idea to go for the yeoman attack. Right now it's actually Red's pretty low in resources. Food, wood, has a small reserve of gold. Side right now does have just more villagers and more knights being queued on up. And that tower does go down now. These forces now getting healed up by these monks there. Very nice. And now Sign's eyeing for additional town center on that gold deposit. Very good. Sign has also picked up 3 relics as well. But this game can still go either way. Red still has a significant number of villagers. While Sign does have the more map control, that's for sure. Additional villagers can pan out in the long run. Does have a defensive tower, castle here. Now, center here, next to stone deposit. That stone deposit will already be cleaned on up. And here, mass monk conversion there. Right, those scouts, light cavalry. One light cavalry gets converted, the other one gets killed off there, and does get a good number of these villagers now down. That's going to be engaging this town center directly. Red's trying to advance forward or respond to that with his crossbows. Great damage on the town center. He's may lose it. And if he is villagers ejecting, does try to repair it up for a brief moment. He wants to kill off his villagers. Repairs the farm there, and now it starts repairing up the town center now. It'll take a bit of time and resources to get it repaired up. Sign have to make any gains from there, but of course does do some good damage to opponent. That archer does get ejected out because he just got 2 damaged. The archer range, and he does get killed off by the castle as well. More knights being pushed along the flanks, 7 of them. And there's going to be a defensive castle over here as well, trying to keep a stone get up. There's enough stone here for 2 more castles. In which he could actually, he doesn't realize that he spotted the castle there. He's trying to hit some of these villagers. He could actually put the castle to a siege, but oh, once he stops building the castle there, but none of these villagers are starting to go on down. Crossbows coming over here to engage. We got some of these knights there. He has 4 villager queues below. Simon has 3 and knights. 3 knights remain. Oh, and those knights came back up here to engage this town center once again. Brad Boy hit 100 for a brief amount of time that got knocked down back. These villagers are exposed. You can try to pick out these villagers there. Alright, correct the town center there so we can re-garrison. But he looks like going to lose the town center entirely. He's actually pulling back the knights now. Doesn't want to lose the knights. Looks like some of these knights have broken through here as well. Find some more villagers on the gold line there. Able to pick them off. Monks are getting picked off there as well. I wonder. Monk research. He has no monk research there. Has picked up only 3 relics. Has not picked up any others at the moment. Red Scout there's camping that relic there. And does not take up those villagers at the moment. Does take this keep built there. And the Knights pushing forward once again, hitting these villagers again. Boy, these villagers are going down. Crossbows trying to engage. He does this 2-2 armor. Doesn't have 1 melee attack there. I guess 11 damage minus. Let's see, against these crossbows, they have 35 health. He may have another countdown. Right now, he has no half armor as well, so. If he actually upgrades the damage, he actually will take off crossbows in 1 less shot, because it will do 12 damage. And so 3 hits will be 36. The hits without it is just 33. So going with the additional damage would be useful in getting those crossbows. Science Knights are pushing forward once again. Now some more monks as well. Got Town Watch as well as more villagers and crossbows people on the field. This choke point there, Red Sign will not be able to advance to that region. Oh, I just realized as well. There was a counterattack here. Sign does have some more villagers opponents. Sign has done a good job of killing off his opponent's villagers. Now do got Imperial Age for Red. Sign. It's pretty close going for Imperial Age himself. Or these village knights are going down as well. Barracks, that original barracks in the beginning of the game is starting to be cleaned up now. Going for more archer ranges there. He could go for heavy cav archers or for elite skirmishers. Heavy cav archers, when they're fully upgraded, does have 8 pierce armor. Crossbows or arbalists max out at and damage, so heavy cav archers can be a good counter to the crossbows. Or you could just go straight for skirmishers as well. Oh, those monks, they have a lot of work in front of them. That is going to be a lot of healing needed. Now got a defensive keep on castle being plotted here. Going for lead skirmisher, plotted from the arrow, archer armor, so I can just go for skirmisher, not for heavy cav. Of course, it is a good trash unit. Red will soon have Imperial Age. Red can get heavy cav, of course. Oh, Britons can't get thumb ring? Must have been a slight nerf with their range benefits. Now he's eyeing for some pikemen here as well. Very nice. He can go up the halberdier. It's going for squires as well. This is going to get a nice escort for his mass archer army. He does have 9 range, so he has got. No, he still can get yeoman, right? He get +2 range. He does not have bracer yet. That will give him additional range. So he may have gotten yeoman then. Let's see, +1, +2, +2 from this current research. Yeah, there's still a possibility he can get 2 more additional range. Bracer and yeoman. So you can't get these guys up to 11 range. It's very significant, to say the least. Maybe another reason why to go with heavy cav archers rather than the skirmishers. The mobility to close the range. Now we've got Argus on the field. So right now he has 5-5 range. He does have bracer, just needs yeoman. Does go for prescription and as well some more archer armor. Very nice. These skirmishers only have 8 range. Japanese. He's going for Cavalier. He desperately does need to get them some extra health. I'm ready for the extra health and a bit of extra armor. Not really much for the damage. Here's some monks there, trying to get some first there. Skirmishers not making advance. Some of the knights have gone down. He does put them hold ground stance there. Cavalier Cavalier research not completed. Right now, that 4 Pierce armor needs some more. No, he can't go for any more horse armor. This is where it gets maxed out. Cavalier needs to be put a stop order command and just engaging. Skirmishers are firing away, but getting drawn on this Cavalier does get that reconverted there. I have more of these skirmishers there, eyeing for the mana arms research now. Crossbow or Arbalest and just a nice little death blow there. Now it's in the low ground. And their supplies is going for all the barracks research right now. And maybe eye for some mass transition to some mana arms and champions. And it's going for Gamberson as well. He's getting all that research going. He does lose all of his Cavaliers. He basically only went for Cavaliers, probably for that single burst of damage as he has so many on the field for this engagement. Starts to push his way forward, gains some good damage on the Arbalists. He can always go for Warwolf for AoE damage. Pikeman now push way forward. Stone research as well. Pikeman starts pushing way forward, being ripped apart by them. Skirmisher does get held in gears. One of the red trebuchets do go down, very good. Science keep castles the damage there. It's going for, is that two-handed swordsman? Or is that long swordsman? I always get the icons mixed up. That is two-handed swordsman. And next up is champion. Still needs to have more skirmish there. Two-handed swordsman is not being queued on up. He does not have enough resources for champions. Champions may not be a good idea versus these Arbalists. So seems more damage there, trying to get repaired on up. Red has a significant number of trebuchet on the field. He does swap to swordsman. Champion's not the build queue. He's not going to need more skirmishers. He's at top cap as well. Skirmishers push way forward. Gave it damage on those villagers. Got some spearmen being researched as well, or being fought on the field. That may be an oversight. Champions be more than enough to deal with light cavalry. And he is going for mass spearmen. He's going to need to get out some pikemen. He can't go all the way up to halberdier. And there's champion research there. The light cavalry pushing forward. It does go engage the infant castle range. It's not great. Arbalest not firing away, just trying to get some good chip damage there. And all of Red's trebuchets have gone down, impressively enough. And Zion's castle has been saved. 4 champions on the build queue. Right now the champions do have 4 pierce armor. There's one more line of... Yep, there's more pierce armor being on the researcher's way as well. They should give what, additional 2? So that should put on to 6, which is good. Yep, now he's at 6. Arbalists are do 10 damage, so they do 4 damage versus these champions, which is good. Cavalier gets annihilated there. If he overkills champions, that's good for Cyan. He does have the skirmishers here for fire support as well. Red's trebuchet's now engaging Red's, or Cyan's trebuchet's engaging Red's castle. He's trying to hit one of them, but of course, they don't have defensive castle fire here. Red's champion's trying to, or Cyan's champion's trying to advance their way forward. Does save that trebuchet there. Make it only 1 trebuchet at the moment. Name's now moving to engage the other set of light cavalry, and he does save the other trebuchet. And this keep does quickly, or castle does quickly go down there. The champions were not a good transition. More skirmishers or heavy cav would have been better. Red's now eyeing for for another castle up here. We've got some cyan heavy stone walls here. Got some longbows in this region as well. Currently only have 10 raids and not elite longbow, and doesn't have the yeoman research as well. Red should try to apply some trebuchet here. Side trying to sign the counter barrage. This does spot that keep there. Light cavalry now pushing along the flanks. Red does pack up the trebuchet. May still go down the fire. Does avoid all that additional fire there. And now Sai's running some regular archers. Not sure why he's doing that. That may have been misclicked. Eyeing for some samurai now. Samurai, while they can do both longbow, it's still not a great counter to them. Trebuchets do take a bit of fire there from the champions. One trebuchet is almost gone down to 1 health. Does get hit by another trebuchet shot there. Science Castle will go down to this next volley trebuchet. Like Cavalry pushes forward. Cyan has 126 villagers, one has 130, so very similar amount. Skirmishers push way forward. Let's get damage there. Do you know how this castle going on up? I got some more trebuchet hits there on this castle. Trying to deal with it. Red designed for mass castle. There's one up north, one down south. When it comes to field resources there, this gold deposit is very critical. Design needs to contest it. Design does have all 5 relics. He does have a small gold reserve. Red has no gold reserve. It's gold that's remaining on the maps, all he can fetch, so that's why he's really trying to get this gold deposit there. He may want to get another lumber camp on this side of the gold deposit as well. Now these light cavalry trying to stream on in. They will find the pikemen. Champions now may be able to connect with some of the arbalists, but it's not a whole large number of them. And it's not a good enough number of them. Elite skirmishers still push way forward, getting some damage from the light cavalry. Down south, this castle does quickly go down. Red needs to send a force down there to stop those villagers from gathering up the coal. Light cavalry are not being dealt with. Can't go with hussars. That's why I only see light cavalry. Red still has a sizable force here. And that mining camp, this one has gone down to the trebuchets. This one to stop villagers from mining, destroy the camp. Light cavalry not to push way forward. We'll find some champions and skirmishers in the way, but luckily they keep overwhelming them. Arbalists advancing on forward. Halberdiers now researched by Cyan, able to deal with these light cavalry, no problem. These light cavalry now push way forward. The rest of this gold here is being cleaned on up, so this gold deposit is basically the last gold deposit on the map. Both sides are really high for finding it. We got some halberdiers here trying to stop these proxy stables. Red does force some villagers inside the town center, more light cavalry going along the flanks. More harvest fire into the mill. And now the champions are streaming their way forward. The champion transition was horrendously bad, in my opinion. Going for more and more champions and not being effective enough. Red's Arbor still going forward. Red is going to maintain good gold collection from this gold deposit here. Champions need to get down here and stop them. Sign knows about it because of outpost here plus his own mining camp. And now those villagers are going to get hit by these champions. The mining camp itself will go down with this volley. Nope, that's actually trying to hit these Arbalest. Does get a couple kills on those Arbalest. Does force back those villagers. Signs like Cat or Resurrect like Cat trying to overrun these trebuchets now. Champions here to defend. One trebuchet has gone down, another one's close. Does go down as well. Now we got additional counter provided by Cyan here. Arbalest making their advance. Arbalest gains good damage there on these champions. Some of these champions sort of go down to these Arbalists. More of these champions pushing forward in case of good damage there, hitting these like cavalry pushing forward. But still nothing to gauge this group of Arbalists. Red has been very cost effective with most of the engagements. He's able to put a lot of pressure on his opponent's villagers. Right now, Cyan has 106 villagers, Red has 108 villagers, so both have lost some villagers. Pikemen do start going down there, or Halberdiers. Another Skirmisher does go down as well. We got a good number of forces here, including a couple samurai. Like Cavalry and Halberdiers push forward. Villagers duke inside the council as well. Like Cavalry does go down there. Barracks does go down there. They've still got the good number of Arbalists in this region. Champions have been streamed in one at a time, so they'll get annihilated. A lot of overkill there, honestly. Skirmish now be able to connect with some of the Arbalists. Both players are down to minimal gold. Now, Light Cavalry just overrun these Hussars. In the lack of any Halberdiers to hit stop these Light Cavalry has been a bit of a problem. More champions being streamed on in. Sure, champions are good for Light Cavalry, but still not a direct counter. And the champions have not been any useful versus Arbalists. Only one Arbalist went down last time I checked. So it was 45, now it's 44. Red's going for another castle here as well. Science to sign for more elite skirmishers, more champions. Like how they're still pushing me forward, taking out some more of these skirmishers. Cyan does have some halberdiers hitting some of these various villagers as well. Both sides have lost a number of villagers there. Cyan's actually up to 144 somehow. Also means Red has a larger population space for military. He's been maintaining pop cap. He's been down to no reserve resources there. Deputies probably doesn't have a good amount of reserve resources either. But his Arbalists have been very, very cost effective, that's for sure. Still see more signs to walk up the squares there, and still just the various infrastructure to begin the game. Arbalists are pushing forward, more champions being brought on out. Time for some monks here. He still has all 5 relics, which is very, very important. He does have a decent type of gold. And the gold down here appears as still being collected by Red, so Red still has an actual gold income. Like how they're not hitting some of these villagers, Cyan does have expendable amount of villagers. And not so much anymore. Moving forward, Monster does eject all those relics there, so it looks like Cyan's slowly being knocked out of the game. In my opinion, due to a horrendously bad transition to champions. He should not have gone for champions against Britons. It may have worked against other civilizations who don't have the plus, what, 3 range potential upgrades. Only plus 2 right now, currently. The plus 2 range makes a big difference, and Sign does cast in GG now. This is Anna Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.